Hi everybody, welcome to 45 minutes of prenatal yoga. This will be a blend of strength and stretch. What you'll need before we start is your yoga mat, 2 pillows or a pillow and a rolled up blanket, a block or a shoebox, anything that you'll need to bring the floor closer to you when we do our forward folds, water, and you can even light a candle if you'd like. Just to set a mood for when we're in our final savasana. So before we get started, I'll give you a second to go get any of those things if you need them. And also, please do this practice if you feel like your body can go through the moves, being very mindful that our practice today is suited for you, but you need to be very aware of your own body when we're stretching and moving in this way. And if something doesn't feel comfortable, please refrain from doing it. Also, speak to your doctor or midwife or doula before you engage in any physical activity during pregnancy, especially if you haven't been physically active and then you want to start yoga. It's a really, really great segue into movement and fitness, but just making sure that you feel absolutely, positively good in your body to move and flow the way we're going to. Okay, so let's get started. So like I said, we're going to be starting off on our mat with a pillow, blanket, 2 pillows, a rolled up blanket, whatever you need to get you through the next 45 minutes that we have together. I have a block. If you don't have one, please use a shoebox. Anything will do, really. Your water bottle, if it's stable enough, you can use that as well. Let's get started. Coming to a child's pose, you'll want to use your bolsters, I'll call them. Tuck them in close to your knees, open up your knees nice and wide, and come down to your forearms. Sit nice and low into your heels. Spread your toes. And as you're here, set an intention for your class. My intention for you today is self-love, self-care. And what does that mean to you? Gently start to move closer towards your pillows or the floor. So walking out your hands or stacking your forearms, and then place your right ear to your mat. Open up your knees wider if you need to. Feel your shins connect to the floor. Take a deep breath in. Exhale it out. 2 more. Breathe in. Exhale. Breathe in for 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 3, 2, and 1. Switch ears and take 4 more breaths. Just noticing how you're feeling in your body. Relax your tailbone. Imagine breathing into your rib cage, separating each rib bone, creating space where there wasn't space before. Coming up and looking forward, move your pillows off to the side. Come up to a tabletop position. So your knees are underneath your hips, wrists underneath your shoulders. Tuck your toes for extra support. Let's move into some cat-cows. Draw your spine up towards the ceiling and look down towards your belly button, tucking your chin in towards your chest. Breathe in, hold. Exhale, release, dip your belly and look up towards the ceiling. stretching your throat. Breathe in, stay. Exhale it out. Next inhale, roll your spine, look down to baby. Exhale, drop your hips, ha, cow. Inhale to cat pose. Exhale to cow. And keep rolling out your spine in this way. Take your time. We're adding mobility and flexibility to our spine, our vertebrae. Exaggerate the movement in your shoulder blades. As you bring your spine up towards the ceiling for cat pose, stretch your shoulder blades away from each other. And then drop your belly down, stretch your heart towards the front of your mat. Back to neutral spine. Spread your fingers, downward facing dog. Press into your hands. Now pedal out one heel at a time. And also just noticing how you're feeling in your pose. If you need to look forward, do so. If you want to drop your head and shake out your head, do that. Again, always being super mindful of how we're feeling. As you're pedaling out your knees, now maybe pause on one side, switch it up, just slowing down your pedals. Do one more on each side. Okay, now lift your heels up nice and high, drop them down as low as they'll go towards your mat. Again, breathe in, lift your heels up nice and high. Exhale, drop them down. One more time, breathe in, heels up high. Exhale, drop them down. Look to the top of your mat. Walk your feet up towards your mat. This is where you can use your pillows or your block as a support, so we're not having to fold too far forward. Obviously, if baby's taking up a lot of space in front of you, that might not be comfortable. So using whatever you need, your pillows or your bolster in front of you. Soft bend in your knees, draw your tailbone up, and hang your head. Shake out your head. With soft knees, press your heels in towards your mat, hug in your bum, and draw yourself up to a standing position. Beautiful. Come to the top of your mat. We're going to do some vinyasa flows. Getting ready. Breathe and reach up to the ceiling. Exhale, fold forward down to your block. Halfway lift, hands to your thighs. Extend your spine forward. And then fold forward, let it go. Let's do that again. Halfway lift, pull your hips back, crown of your head forward. And release. One more time, straighten your back, like you're balancing a teacup at your low back. And release. Hands come down to your mat. Gently take one knee back, and then the other, coming back into our tabletop position. Take one breath in here, press into the floor. Exhale it out, downward facing dog. We're gonna flow like that a few more times, okay? Breathe in, lift your heels. Toe your feet all the way up to the top of your mat. Halfway lift, fold forward. Reach up, breathe, and stretch your fingers to the ceiling. Exhale, fold forward. Halfway lift, hands to your mat, go back into your tabletop position. Stay, breathe in. Exhale, downward facing dog. 2 more times. Let's get ready. Breathe and lift your heels. Exhale. Walk your feet to the top of your mat. Breathe in, half lift. Exhale, fold forward. Hands to your hips, come all the way up. Reach up to the sky, breathe in. Exhale, fold forward. Halfway lift. Hands down, come back to your tabletop position. Downward facing dog. One more flow. You will have your heart rate climbing a little bit, which is good. You want to warm up the body. Look to the top of your mat. Walk your feet to the top of your mat. Halfway lift. Fold forward. Reach up. Breathe in. Stretch your fingers. And then drop forward. Halfway lift. Let's make our way back to our tabletop. Take your time. Take one breath in. Sigh it out. Ha. Kick your right foot back. Okay, notice your hips. We want to try to keep them as square to the mat as possible. You can use a pillow. Okay, you can use a pillow underneath your hands for extra support, or you can come down to your forearms. Yogi's choice. Flex your back foot and pulse for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Squeeze your bum. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold your leg up. Bend your knee. And then take your footprint to the ceiling. Stomp the ceiling for another 10, 9, 8, 7. You got this. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Come back to your tabletop. Your right foot now is going to come out in front of you. Modified crescent lunge. Interlace your hands to your front thigh and come up to warrior one. Your back foot is flat. Turn both toes towards the front of your mat and imagine your legs are 2 train tracks. Start with your hands at your hips. Tuck your tailbone forward and drop your shoulders back. Breathe in together. Exhale it out. Breathe in together. Exhale it out. Now breathe in, sweep your arms up to the sky. Self-love. Self-care. What does that mean to you right now in your pose? Self-love. Self-care. Straighten your front leg and come down. Straighten up and lunge into your warrior one. So good. Breathe in. Exhale. 3 more. Breathe in. Exhale. Fill up your lungs. Empty them out. 1 more. Breathe in. Exhale. Stay. Hands behind your back now. Feel the rush of blood just flow back to your fingertips. Keep your hands at your low back and press them back like airplane wings. Press into the floor with your feet. Gently hinge forward at your hips and hold as far forward as you can go. You can go farther, or if you're further along, right? Just making sure that you're comfortable here. Get really powerful in your legs. Hug in, muscle to bone for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and come up. Warrior 2. Hands to your hips. I'm going to face you guys so you can see what I'm up to. Now your heels are on one line. Okay, your knee is in line with your big toe. Arms out, eyes forward. Start to breathe. Breathe, breathe, breathe. 2 more breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Fill up. Breathe in. Exhale. Flip your palms. Straighten out your legs as you reach up. Fingers to the ceiling. Back down, warrior 2. Arms up, breathe in. Warrior two. Breathe in. Warrior two. Breathe in, lift up. Warrior two, exhale. One more. Breathe in. Come back to warrior two. Hand to your low back. Flip your front palm to the ceiling. Gentle side bend. Very gently opening up your side body for 3, 2, and 1. Back to warrior two. Hands to your hips. Toe heel your back foot in and meet me at the top of your mat. Amazing. Open up your feet nice and wide here. I'm going to face you guys so you can see what I'm doing, or you can take up the length of your mat. Goddess pose. Hands to your heart. Opening up your feet in a nice sumo squat. Option for your hands to come down inside your knees, or hands to your heart center, or to baby. Hold. Feel the burn. 5, 4, 3, 2. Sweep your arms up, straighten your legs. Exhale, go back down. Breathe and reach up. Exhale, back down. Let's do 5 more. Breathe in. Exhale, 4. Breathe in. Exhale, 3. Breathe in. Exhale, 2. 1 more. Breathe in. Exhale, hold it. Hold, 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 hold. And come up. So good. Come to the top of your mat if you're not there already. Let's open up our legs nice and wide. Bend your knees and fold forward to your pillow or your block. Stay in a halfway fold here. Catch your breath. Take a sip of water if you need it. Breathe in. Sigh. Breathe in. Sigh. Okay, let's make our way back to our tabletop position. Point your toes back and sit into easy pose. So this might mean your knees are open nice and wide, baby's out in front of you. Okay, take your hands to baby or your thighs. Start to roll your shoulders back. And then roll them out forward. So good. Again, back and forward. If it's too much to sit like this, just scoot your legs over, or you can come into a seated position. We're just going to do a little bit of upper body before we move into our next round of warriors on the other side. Okay? Take your arms up like stop sign arms. Spread your fingers. Draw your hands in towards each other in front of your face and open up. Let's do 10, 9, breathe, 8, 7, and like your hands are going through mud, add a little bit of resistancy. Now drawing your elbows, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come back to where we started, palms face the floor, and hug in. So your triceps are hugging in towards your ribs. Again, push. Imagine your elbows are literally going through mud. 4, 3, 2, hug in, 1. Hands come up like a triangle, okay? Then down. Hugging in your elbows behind your back and having your fingertips meet over your head. And you might feel this right away. Let's do it. 5, 4, hug back, 3, 2, and 1. Hold here and gentle pulses back. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last time. Arms up. Hugging your imaginary rope, pull down. And we never do these poses. We never do these movements, I should say, Really good for shoulder mobility, getting your body moving in ways that you normally don't do. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Amazing. Let's get back to our tabletop position. Hands walk in towards your knees, come up. Other side, we're going to meet in our modified crescent lunge. Interlace your hands to your front thigh. Help yourself up, warrior 1, arms up. Begin to breathe. And come back, self-love. What does that mean to you? Self-care. Where are you feeling like you're depleted? And then literally imagine your breath just filling you back up. Yeah, filling up your energy levels. And then sharing that with baby. Like you're holding a beach ball over your head. Hinge forward, holding your beach ball, eyes down to your mat. Choose one speck that you see on your mat and hold. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Press into your heels, squeeze in your inner thighs. Come all the way up, straighten your front leg, and go back down into your lunge. Beautiful. Breathe in. Exhale. Breathe in. Exhale. Fill up. Breathe in. Exhale. Last one. Breathe in. Exhale. Warrior 2. Eyes forward to your front fingertips. Spread your fingers. Tuck your tailbone. Hug in your inner thighs. And hold. 3 more breaths. All the fear and frustration that comes creeping in, let it go. Flip your palms to the ceiling as you lift your hands over your head, straighten your front leg, back down, warrior 2. Arms up, back to warrior 2. And again, beautiful, like water. Catch the wave. For 5, 3, breathe in, exhale, last one. So good. Hands to your hips. Turn your front toes in, like you're creating a triangle with your legs, toes facing the direction of your knees. Fold forward. Hands come down to your mat. You might need to scooch and grab your block. That's okay. Start to move your hips from side to side. So good. Bend your knees. Straighten your knees. And again, moving your hips from side to side. Loosen up where you're feeling overly tight. Bend your knees. Okay, hands to your thighs. Come up. Turn your toes out. Take your hands up over your head. And we're going to launch ourselves off to the side, back down. Left side, down. Right side. You guys got this. Little bounces. Okay? Feet stay on the ground. Yes, follow my lead and keep going. If you want a little more, as you launch to the right, lift your leg back down. Find the floor as you come back down. So good. Breathe in, reach up. Exhale. Breathe in. Exhale. Breathe in. Squat. Exhale. Breathe in. Squat. Breathe in. Exhale. 2 more. You guys got this. Hold, 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 hold. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo! Yes. Take a sip of water. Well deserved. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. Coming to the top of your mat. Feet hip width, hands to your belly. Roll your shoulders back. Deep breath in. Exhale. Breathe in. Exhale. One more breathe in. Let it go. Hands to your hips. Open up your feet a little bit wider. Big hula hoop circles. Have a little fun here. Bend your knees. Really start to move out your hips. Pause and then go the other direction. Just catching your breath and still being in some movement. Woohoo! Okay, we're gonna stay standing for our balancing poses. My favorite thing to do is balance in pregnancy, and you'll see why. It is so strengthening, and you can literally do it with the wall or by yourself. So, getting started, being mindful of your hips the entire time, hands to your hips, soft knees, so keep them bouncy and never locking out our joints, okay? Take your right leg over and sit. Okay, again, use the wall if you need it. Option number 1 for your arms, stacking. Or your right leg's over so you can take your right hand under and wrap your arms in front of your face the best you can. Option 2, this is eagle pose. Drop your shoulders back, deep breaths. One more. Find the floor with your feet. Stand up. Release your hands. Other side. Left foot over. Left hand under. Or stack your arms. Try to relax. You can sit lower or you can come up a little higher. You can even keep your toe down to your mat. And release. Hands by your side in Tadasana, true north. Take your right toes out in front of you, dropping your shoulders back. Take your toes back behind you now, eyes down towards the floor. Keep your gaze, laser focus. Bend your grounding leg and then lift your back leg up. Hinging forward at your hips. Arms stay by your side or at your hips. Now, everything that's telling you to come out of this pose, stay back in. Come back. And release. Other side. Now you know what to expect, but this side may feel different. So just be super aware of how your body's reacting and then really listen for where we can add more stability and more strength. Take your toe behind you, heart forward, hinge at the hips, lift your back leg up. Heart, lead with your heart. Eyes down. Extend your earlobes away from your shoulders. Now this time try to reach your arms out in front of you. If not, keep them at your hips. Hold for 3, 2, and release. Okay, shake it out. Tree pose, my favorite. Option, kickstand. Calf, or place your foot above your knee into your thigh. Hands to baby. Or use the wall. Use a chair, I have a chair there I can use if I needed to. One of the most peaceful practices is when you can really start to listen to your body. And one of the most peaceful experiences that you can create for yourself during your pregnancy is just listening to your body and trusting that it is doing incredible work without you knowing. And release. Other side. Five breaths. Self-love. Self-care. Self-love. And self-care. Gently take your feet back down to your mat. We're going to make our way down to our knees. If you have pain in your knees, roll up your blanket in half. And just, or not your blanket, your mat in half. Just to connect, add more cushion. And of course you can use a blanket as well. Kick out your right foot. First find your block, I should say. Kick out your right leg. Okay, toes in line with your knee. We're going to use our block. Just keep it next to you. Draw your hand down your leg, opening up your side body. Okay, creating a little bit of space, like I said before, that wasn't there before. Option for your arm to come up and over your head for gate pose. You can look up towards the ceiling. Heart open. Come back. Now, coming down to your block with your left hand, just lengthening out through your body. So keeping sure your right heel is grounded, creating a perfect line up and over. Stretch your left fingers up and over your head like someone's pulling you apart. And then if you're crunched forward, imagine expanding your collarbone. Heart draws up towards the ceiling. 3 breaths. Breathe in. Exhale. Breathe in. Exhale. One more breath in. Use your hand to help you up. And then turn your toe out, coming into a side sumo squat. And then just lunge into that. And then come back out. Let's do that again. Lunge in. And come out. 2 more. Breathe in. Exhale. Last one. Breathe in. Oh, that feels so good. Let's switch sides. So take your block over. Just make sure it's near. Other side. Extend your left leg. Just gently draw your fingertips down. Don't put any weight on your knee. Pulling your lowest rib away from your hip. Just enough that you feel release in your low back here on this side. Breathe in. Empty. Come back up to neutral spine. Right hand down, and then lengthen out your body. Open up your heart to the ceiling. 3 big breaths. Stretch your fingers, stretch your toes. Perfect. Come back up. Turn your toes out. Okay, turning your toes out means our knee has some space, and so does our hip. Right, wherever our toe goes, our hip will follow. So just lunging nicely into that as far as you can go. Just remember that you are extra flexible. Right, in pregnancy, our muscles relax. Okay, making room for baby. So if you're like, whoa, I've never been able to do that before, maybe come out a little bit. and know your personal boundaries. Okay, one more, sink nice and low, and then come up. So beautiful. Unroll your mat, take your time. Come back to a tabletop position. Take a deep breath in, press into your mat, exhale it out. Now remember that we worked out that other side. Now we've got to do that on this side. Can't forget, back leg goes out and pulse with a flexed foot for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend your knee, foot to the ceiling. 10, you got this. 8, 7, eyes down. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. Child's pose. Open up your knees, sink into your hips, bring your pillow back, hug in your pillow, and allow your low back to literally melt. Literally melt. 5 breaths here. Self-love, self-care. As you breathe in love. Exhale fear. Breathe in love. Exhale fear. Again, breathe in love. Exhale fear. When you feel ready, come up to tabletop. Keeping your pillows close or your blankets close. We're going to turn and just making sure we have lots and lots of space to open up our legs for a wide forward fold. Before we fold, tip over to one side, release the flesh from underneath your seat. I'll say that again. As you tip, just release the flesh from underneath your seat so we're seated in our sit bones, extra rooted. Okay, but you can bend your knees or you can keep them lower to the ground. Walk your fingertips forward and gently come into your forward fold. Flex those feet. You can come down to your forearms or keep yourself lifted. This is a really nice opportunity to use your block again or your pillow. Now you decide what your body needs today. Walk up, bend in your right knee for tree legs. So we're gonna bring our legs a little bit more in front of us, creating tree in our feet and legs. Hinge your hips forward as far forward as you can. Keep your sit bones grounded and lead with your heart as you fold. Eyes to the ground. And as you're here, think about your low back. It will feel like you're holding on, your muscles are holding everything up. As you're breathing, relax. Come up halfway, breathe in. Exhale, fold a little bit more forward. And come up. Let's switch legs. Okay, lots of room for baby, especially if you're 24, 25 weeks plus. You'll definitely want to be super aware. Keep your chest up with a straight spine. Lead with your heart. So we're not dumping and crunching. We're creating a nice tall spine to gently hinge forward. And as you stay forward, kick out your front heel and draw your hip bone back. So energetically lengthening out those muscle fibers. You don't have to do very much. Remember, self-love, self-care. Come up halfway and walk your fingertips down one more time. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, keep your knees bent, feet together. You can find both of your pillows to prep underneath your knees if you need that extra cushion. Okay, just being super mindful. And then fold forward one more time. And come up. Okay, let's do pigeon pose, one of my favorite hip openers. There's two options. So if you know pigeon and you have done yoga, you know how it's going to feel. So just be super mindful of your knees and your hips, of course. And of course, baby, if you've never heard of pigeon before, even better, you're about to have your mind blown. This is an incredible hip opener, and the benefits of it are, I could go on forever, but I will say, obviously, low back, sciatica, okay, and emotional release as well. So, to name a few things. So to prep, we're going to stay seated for our pigeon pose. You're going to kick your right leg back, okay? Your front left leg will stay bent in front of you. Now, there's a tendency to want to sit on your knee like this. No, you want to sit on your bum cheek. So this calf has to come forward. Sit onto a pillow, okay? Create length in your back leg, and then use your second pillow or blanket underneath your forearms. If you've done pigeon before, incredible. You can lift your back knee for more. If not, keep your knee and foot relaxed. Stay here and breathe. Like I mentioned, this is option 1. Option 2, thread the needle. Take your pillows behind your back, okay? If pigeon's not working, move into an option called thread the needle. Pillows stacked, you can lay into it like a lazy boy. Grab your ankle, okay? Position into this runner's lunge. Thread the needle if you can see my legs like this, okay? And you can just stay here. Just stay right there, using the pillows right behind your back to support you. And here I like to sway. Just rocking out your hips. Wherever you are, you're getting the benefit of your hip opener. I've seen pregnant women do both of these poses, and they're both very beneficial. Creating blood flow and movement. And prepping your hips for labor if you're planning a vaginal exit, right? Two more breaths. So good. All right, come up. If you're here, just stay. You might want to shake out your legs and just move into the other side. If you're in your pigeon pose, take your back leg forward. Again, maybe out in front of you, give it a shake. And then move into the opposite side. Listen to your body, use your supports, you have them. This isn't a yoga studio where you're, glued to your mat and your block's over there in the corner and you totally forgot to grab one before you hit your mat. I've been there. I've been in pigeon pose before and I've been like, oh, I need a block. and I can't get one. If you need something, get it. You're in the comfort of your own home, so of course, please, grab what you need. And also physically take what you need out of these poses. They're here for you, they're abundant for you, so take what you need, of course, please. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. One more breath in. Exhale. So good. All right, gently come out of your poses. Let's swing our legs, take your time. Feet out in front of you. Come down to your forearms, okay? Point your toes. You might not be able to see my toes, but point your toes and then lift your heart up for fish pose. Option to drop your head back or eyes up towards baby. Heart draws up. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. Help yourself up. Bring your knees in like you're in a labor position and just sway your knees from side to side. Rock out your knees from side to side. Back and forth for 3, 2, and 1. So good. Here, cross your legs. Take a deep breath in. Side out. One more breath in, hands to baby. Exhale. Self-love, self-care. Moving into our final Savasana pose. You ladies have earned it. Grab your pillow. Place it in between your knees. We're going to lie on our side. Take your second pillow and hug it underneath your body, just like this. Side Savasana. Get really, really comfortable. Breathe. Take as many breaths as you need to. Relaxing your body here. Feeling the floor underneath you, just holding the weight of your bones and your muscles. And trusting that you are exactly where you need to be. You are love. You are care. And there's absolutely nothing else that needs to be done. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. Breathe in. Let it go. And stay here for as long as you need to. And when you're ready, make your way up. But I will leave you here with the knowing, with the share that you are enough and you are love.